Hello and welcome to this talk on harassment in the series of talks on discrimination and unlawful acts under the Equality Act 2010. My name is Declan O'Dempsey and I've prepared these talks in conjunction with my colleague Catherine Casserly, both of us from Cloisters Chambers. Harassment is defined in section 26. There are three types of harassment which are unlawful under the Act. Harassment related to a relevant protected characteristic, sexual harassment, and less favourable treatment of a worker because they submitted to or reject sexual harassment or harassment related to sex or gender reassignment. Now, the harassment related to a relevant protected characteristic covers age, disability, gender reassignment, race, religion or belief, sex and sexual orientation. So looking at the first of those then, it occurs when a person engages in unwanted conduct which is related to a relevant protected characteristic, and that may be the claimant's or not, and which has the purpose or effect of violating the worker's dignity or creating an intimidating, hostile, degrading, humiliating or offensive environment for that worker. We refer to those as the prescribed purpose or effect. Sexual harassment occurs where there is conduct of a sexual nature which has the prescribed effect and which is unwanted. So it can cover verbal, non-verbal or physical conduct, including unwelcome sexual advances, touching, forms of sexual assault, sexual jokes, displaying pornographic photographs or drawings, or sending emails with material of a sexual nature. Once again, it has to have the prescribed purpose or effect. Thirdly, there is the prohibition on less favourable treatment for failing to submit to or rejecting unwanted conduct. So here, the claimant has to show that they were treated less favourably by their employer, and they have to show that that's because they submitted to or rejected unwanted conduct of a sexual nature, or unwanted conduct which is related either to sex or to gender reassignment. Once again, that unwanted conduct must have the prescribed purpose or effect. The elements used for judging whether or not the unwanted conduct has the prescribed effect include the perception of the worker, so that depends on how the worker regards the treatment, the other circumstances of the case, for example, the claimant's personal circumstances such as their health, mental health, mental capacity, cultural norms, or previous experience with harassment, and also the environment in which the conduct takes place. And then finally, one asks whether it's reasonable for the conduct to have that effect, so that in effect the tribunal is imposing an objective test but taking into account those particular factors